Um, I think since we've gotten Bron back, we haven't been as organized offensively.
That's interesting. That's very interesting.
What we saw from the Lakers was there's no other word I could come up with than passionless. That's what it looked like to me. And it looked like that to all of us, everybody.
And too often we have guys that don't want to make that choice. And it's pretty consistent who those guys are. LeBron! And so Saturday's practice, I told the guys, it's going to be uncomfortable. The meeting is going to be uncomfortable. I'm not doing another 53 games like this.
Not everybody could go up to LeBron and think they could tell LeBron how to do certain things and, do certain ways. It's all about personnel and knowing and taking constructive criticism.
I'm in charge.
Do you feel in charge?
When looking at the 2026 LA Lakers, how their season's gone so far has been pretty predictable and par.
Yep, pretty predictable for a Lakers seasons. The season starts, everyone starts talking about NBA Finals, championship, Luka MVP. Now, all of a sudden, everything changes. Everything changes. Yesterday, we told you guys we were busy. I did watch the Knicks crap. Watching Poole sell the game when the Pelicans had the Knicks beat. Now, the Los Angeles Lakers had a meeting. And this Saturday was supposed to be the end-all, be-all meeting, right? But here's the problem. Austin Reeves is not there. Oh, yeah, they were cheating the Pelicans crazy in that game. But nevertheless, Poole sold the game. I mean, consistently, with play after play after play. Now, Luka Doncic and the rest of the team knows one or two things. Luka is ready to run the team. He doesn't need LeBron James in his way, but he has to deal with it. And he would rather have Austin Reeves out there with him. Austin Reeves is coming into his own and says he understands that, but he values a realistic chance of winning it all. What's a realistic chance? The realistic chance is for you to come off the bench or you to accept a role where you're not the dominant guy. You going over there talking with the Suns bench during the game, disrespecting the game, has been a dramatic fault of everybody involved. We've seen the growth and we've seen the failure on the big stage for LeBron James. And he's an embarrassment. He's like a spoiled child who don't realize he's 40, 41 or whatever. Isn't it his birthday or something? He's old. His game is tired. And I mean, not basketball game. His games on the court. His mental BS games. It's over. And it's time for him to realize this is the end of the road. Either you fit into what the system is or you got to go. So JJ gave that big speech on how he was going to change everything now. This is it. No more. This is D-Day. Now, you know we're going live for the game tonight. You know that. So just be ready for it. For the entire game, we will be live. So don't worry about that. We will be here. Now, so they have this meeting. And because of this calf soreness in Austin Reeves, he's out. He is out. Now, as you can see, you have LeBron James, you have countless others that are making a push, but they're getting beat on the defensive rebounds, offensive rebounds. They gave up 17 offensive rebounds. That's crazy. It was looking like the Knicks game when they gave up like damn near 20 to 30 offensive rebounds last night. They were looking just as bad. So this big day coming out. We got a big day coming. It's going to be no rest for anybody. That's right. I'm not playing. I'm JJ Redick. It is not going to be comfortable. Just wait for it. This is going to be some uncomfortable mess. We're going to unfluff those pillows. You're going to have to lean back on a cardboard. Wooden cardboard. You might get splinters. No more comfort. We turned that machine off. There's going to be no more frozen yogurt at the practice. You're going to be real uncomfortable. We're going to turn up the AC. Now, JJ Redick goes in, right? Everybody comes in for this big Saturday meeting. Media gets there early because they're expecting this big blowout, right? Like, oh my God, it's going to be a big blow up tonight. No media allowed. Obviously, they don't want the media capturing this, which means nobody in the media can be there when they have the meeting. They're going to let the media into the room, to the building once that happens. So there was no one in there except for people's own camera crew. Like LeBron has a team from what he has this thing called Uninterrupted. So while LeBron has this uninterrupted thing going on, he controls the media outlet for what's going to be distributed to the general public. Like he's documenting his life. So he has his own camera crew that's in there and they have credentials. So even if JJ Redick says everybody from the media out, LeBron be like, no, they good. No, them my people. They good. And JJ go, oh, okay. And that's all he says. So they going to be there to record it. Everybody else has to go. This has happened plenty of times this season alone with LeBron and his camera crew. Y'all don't know that because they don't show them. You don't see them. Well, you'll probably see them and don't know who they are. But LeBron has his own camera crew following him around everywhere he goes. So anyway, they go in for the meeting. They don't want the media outside so they can hear what's actually taking place. So the coaches is in there, the coaching staff, LeBron's in there, everybody's in there. No one, and I have full report on what happened in there from 3 different sources. Now, of course, being the media, they got to come and poach the players to see who's going to give them what about what happened in the meeting. One player is so stupid. He kept talking. After everybody was told, don't talk to the media, this is players and personnel only. Everyone who did this, right, they let people back into practice. It was like the fun day at Fun World. No one gave a damn about anything JJ Redick said. And you think there was a practice? It was no practice at all. It was shoot around. He spoke for about 10 minutes, 10, 15 minutes. And it was like, okay, now go play. And they went out there and started doing shoot-arounds. They was playing one-on-one games. It was like, this is the hard meeting? I wonder what was said. So now the media is trying to go and find out what was said, okay? So now they're moving to find out what was said in the meetings, right? So they move forward with the meeting and says these words here. When they first came in and he says, well, you know why we're here this morning, why we're having this meeting. We have to do the little things. And we're not doing it. We're not getting efforts. Guys are not diving for balls. Guys are standing around looking at the referees and asking questions. We'll talk to the referees. Let us do that. Let us talk to the referees. We got your back. Trust us, the coaches. We got your back. When you're out there playing, we're on those refs. Our assistant coaches are on those referees. We're on them before the games, and we're on them after. They're going to make bad calls. They're going to make no calls. But there's no excuse for you not to play hard. We need effort. We need effort. And I feel like some of you guys are not giving it. Just like we're just going to coast through the season and we're going to just be third or fourth seed anyway. Why not? We can lose this game. We'll win the next one. We're playing Sacramento. All we have to do is show up and we'll win. If we keep that attitude, we'll be in the play-in. Do you want to be in the play-in? I know that sure as hell I don't. Now, I know we can be a championship team. We got a goal. We know where we want to be in June. Now, let's start getting there. Come on, guys. Now, that's what was said. There was no calling out of LeBron James. There was no calling out of Luka Doncic. No player was mentioned by name. It was a whole team speech of just that. And while he was giving this speech, some players, and most of them, weren't even looking at the coach. Most of them weren't even looking at the coach. Trade packages. I mean, I don't expect them to make too many big moves. I mean, if you're going to move anybody, you would move Vanderbilt and you would move Gabe Vincent. You should have been moved from Gabe Vincent. One, Gabe Vincent is a role player, plays really good in an offensive system. This is split actions, trying to be the Golden State Warriors when you don't have that personnel. They thought Gabe Vincent was going to be a Steph Curry type player because he lit LeBron and the Lakers up when he played for the Miami Heat. It was because of the sets they were calling during said time. Now, because of the high usage rate of Jokic putting up 55-point triple-doubles in overtime and short back-to-back games, Joker eventually got hurt. And this is what happens when you play positionless basketball. The Lakers need Steve Kerr's son, Nick. Well, to be honest, a lot of people have this belief that certain situations require correction. So I wouldn't need to afford a Tesla because my cousin works for Tesla, remember? He works with Elon Musk. If I want a Tesla, I'll just be like, Dante, let me get a Tesla. And I'll have a Tesla outside. You forgot, right? Did you forget? Now, here's the news. The problem was that Jake and Austin Reeves play on the same team, and they have the different agent. Their agent is Aaron Riley. Who knows Aaron Riley? Cino knows Aaron Riley. Let me see if I can call Austin Reeves and Jake Larvier's agent on the phone right now. See what happens.
Hi, if you record your name and reason for calling, I'll see if this person is available.
Aaron, my reason for calling is an update on Austin Reeves. This is Kevin Davis. Call me back.
Thanks. Please stay on the line.
Oh, he changed it. You got professional.
I'm sorry, this person is not available. If you would like to leave an additional message, please reply after the tone.
So Aaron has changed his. So now Aaron has changed his voicemails because he doesn't want, like a lot of people's been calling him. So now he's changed his voicemail. And now, because he's changed his voicemail, he's got a professional operating system now controlling the messages. Yes, I got sent the voicemail. Aaron's probably not going to call because he doesn't want to talk about this. But let me tell you what's going on. He probably doesn't want to talk about it publicly. I would have asked him had he picked up and asked him, do we want to talk publicly? He's probably going to say no. And I'm like, are you going to make a statement? He probably put it only on Twitter because he's a small guy, you know, and how he came up. That's why I showed you guys how he came up and how he got in the game. Austin Reeves is his first real NBA player, and he wasn't drafted. Then he got Jake. So there are two of his guys, Rob Pelinka and the Los Angeles Lakers, like this agent. They like his hard work, Aaron Riley, and what he does, and he knows how to find talented players. So he was able to get both of those players on the Lakers. Rich Paul is trying to get this guy, Aaron, and take over his whole company and make him work for Clutch Sports. That's what they want. They want to dry up the money pool for him, ruin everything he got, and make that guy work for him. And they want to have Austin Reeves saying, oh, we're not trying to take Austin Reeves from him. We're just going to put him on Clutch and absorb him and his business. He doesn't want to do that. He's got his own business. See, this is what people don't realize, what's been happening. And that LeBron James is in the middle of this. And this is why I was trying to tell y'all what was actually happening with the Los Angeles Lakers. LeBron James actually was trying to get Austin Reeves. He was being buddy-buddy with him. He doesn't like Austin Reeves. He doesn't care. Austin just figured all this out. Like, this dude is really maniacal. Like, what he does is like he was trying to be buddy-buddy, play golf with him, all this stuff. So he thinking LeBron like really want to reel him in. LeBron just wants to make money off of him by having this guy sign to Clutch Sports. That's what it was about. And once Austin Reeves like, no, I'm staying with my guy. My guy's not going to Clutch Sports. We're good. I'm staying with the small firm, and his loyalty, where most players would have just broken loyalty, he stayed loyal. And because he decided to stay loyal, we see where everything ended up. He marked somebody? What are you talking about? How do you think I know all this information? If Cino knows agents, if Cino knows the media staff, if Cino knows, I know what's going on in this organization better than you do, and better than these ESPN bastards. That's why I keep beating them to the news, because I keep my ear to the ground. Yes, Diggs has been released from the Cowboys. They were going to get rid of Diggs anyway. So Diggs being out, that's just what the details are. He says, try to call him again. That's not how you do things. That's how a stalker does things. In business, we don't do that. We have an answering system. You leave your message, you leave your number, you leave everything. He has my number. So I tell them, this is me, call me back, this is it, boom. So once they call back, they call back. If they don't, then they don't want to talk. So you just automatically know, okay, they don't want to talk. That's cool. And you move on. Right. That's why you don't do that. That's something somebody crazy would do. I don't deal with crazy. I deal with reality. I mean, I do that with everybody. I don't do multiple calls unless it's an absolute emergency with family members or something. I don't. I'll leave a message or a text, and I wait to be responded. Yes, the Los Angeles Lakers are in a very doomed position. As you can see from the Rockets game, you got LeBron shooting inerrant shots. And they started when they was doing Mind the Game. And JJ was minding the game with LeBron, and he realized LeBron don't really have a mind in the game. Like, he doesn't run certain plays. They never did. Why would the Pistons need to call a meeting? When they lost both games, I told you they were going to lose those two games. Did I not? Did I not make money off of both of those games? Because I knew exactly how it was going to play out. And I'm like, did Stephon Diggs strangle Cardi B? That's The Pistons game, yes, we will be watching the Pistons game. But as you can see, there's no help on the offensive glass. And since LeBron has gotten there, they've gotten out of rhythm. And JJ has said that. And we've often said it. Didn't we? Didn't we say that, man, this is going to be a whole different thing? Oh, it's going to be different this time around. And why did we say that? Because we know one or two things are true. I mean, her voice is annoying. I'm telling you, Stefan, you're going to stop me cheating on me. And I know you got like 15 baby mamas. I cannot have you have all them babies on me. Then I got to make a whole album about you. Now, I don't know what happened or who he was choking. But, yeah, I don't want to. I'm not going to joke about who he choked. Because it's all alleged. Stephon Diggs is another, casualty to the situation. His brother got released. And once his brother got released, right after the charges on him coming out, Stephon Diggs came out, and then Trayvon got released. So both of them Diggs, Stephon got the charges. And, you in New England, that's normally not going to last too long. Absolutely. But let's go here. As you can see, Luka's second most used lineup, right? 115 offensive rating. Defensive rating is 100.6 for plus 15, 81 total minutes. This is the first time in the history of the world the media is pointing out what LeBron James is doing incorrectly. The Lakers lose 3 games in a row, and everybody freaks out and starts blaming the organization, and the team is like 4th or 5th. The Pistons lose 2 games in a row that I knew they were going to lose because the league set it up this way, because the Pistons had got off too much of a hot start. This road trip was going to be a way to trip them up. Now, with a 2-game losing streak, I expect the Pistons to come in tonight and play very inspired basketball. But they're a team that needs to regroup now. So everyone is looking to make an adjustment to the situation. And when you're looking for everybody to make that said adjustment, you get yourself caught in different positions of, like control. When the Pistons lost, I covered it right here on the live stream. People just didn't show up. I covered the Bears losing and the Pistons losing, all in the same video. Great thumbnail and everything. Y'all just didn't come over and check it out. So when you say run from something, no, we were live. That was a live stream. On the same day of. Well, LeBron likes to talk the game, but he doesn't back it up. Look at this. James Harden in isolation and clutch time, including the playoffs. Right? First was James Harden. And most isolations in clutch time. since 2013 and 2014. So if he has the most isolations in clutch time, Kevin Durant was 8th on the list. But if you looked at James Harden in isolations, he has been the isolation king. It has never been Luka Doncic. James Harden basically invented the isolation, but he was very effective. But that works in the regular season. That never seemed to work well in the it never seemed to work well in this stanza of overall, oh, let's get this done here because we need it here. The overall scope of what's transpiring, this does not seem like something that is sustainable for a long period of time. Like when the playoffs come and they make adjustments to only dealing with you, this becomes a major problem. I think it's going to be a very close game tonight. I see Durant getting about 10 rebounds. I see Luka having a big night, scoring 35. I took the Pistons in the 2.5. It's going to be close, but I was leaning towards the under than the over in this game. It's a lot of stuff going on tonight that don't make a lot of sense. I don't know if Luka can get the 35, but I think he's going to go off tonight. Dalton Connect is leaving. Yes, he doesn't want to be there. And it's hurtful to see because when you start looking at the overall picture and you see Dalton Connect and where he's going and what he had to deal with, you put him in the third lineup with with Bronny James. So when you put him in the lineup with Bronny James, this has been the results of what's been hindering his career. And don't forget, you guys, the like button. I know you guys been here for a minute. Definitely hit the like button up. We appreciate that. Yes, like, share, subscribe, the whole thing. We have memberships here. Join the memberships. They would love for us to say that. So definitely join the membership, become a member, blah, 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 blah. Okay? So now we all understand that Bronny's a bad luck charm. Well, what's a good luck charm? He said Luka for 35 and 5 turnovers. Well, yeah, it's easy to get turnovers when guys are standing still. You want to eliminate the turnovers, you have to eliminate your style of play. You have to do more handoff passes, and that's something the Lakers do not do. Dribble handoffs are keys to limiting turnovers, but you don't have the personnel for that. That requires movement. So when you have guys that are not moving and not cutting, you start to have problems. When it was Luka, Jake, and Austin, when they were on the court, guys were moving. Guys were getting to where they needed to be. They were getting in position. They were making it real easy for Luka to get around. Austin would do a lot of on-ball work, trying to cross to get to positions in the space. They were finding guys. DeAndre Ayton was getting alley-oop dunks. They were rolling. Now, this can't happen because LeBron James is coming back, and he came back earlier than expected. And the reason why is because the Lakers wasn't missing him. The ego couldn't take it. So now that your ego couldn't take the fact that the Lakers weren't missing you, now what's the next move? What I would tell you is my lock pick is bet the under in the Kings and Clippers game. That's going to be a very low scoring game. So I would advise you to do that. LeBron changed his game up. LeBron isn't changing any damn thing. He still gets his way. He still has his chocolate chip cookies warm. They got to be warm. And they're waiting for him. LeBron does not have any problems whatsoever when it comes to that. He's laughing at anybody who assumes that it's a problem for him. Yeah, it's nuts. Old man Bron is still trying to dye his beard, knowing his beard is white as Santa. And he is sitting over here trying to convince the entire world that everything is all good. Oh, now get this. Now check this out. You're going to love this. LeBron James has decided he's going to be more aggressive. And he's going to turn it up. When has that been the problem, LeBron? No one has asked you to be aggressive. I don't remember anybody in the fair world saying, you know what the problem is tonight? We need LeBron to step up and take over. No one needed you to be aggressive offensively whatsoever. Now, you get Sugarfoot Arenas out here. You know, this goof. He's just going to say anything, and I still don't know why people would even glance over at his platform. You know, Kenyon Martin is now bigger than him, so, you know, that's probably the only thing that's keeping them afloat. It's Kenyon Martin right now. Last year was McCants, now it's Kenyon Martin. But this goof continues to, if the Lakers lose a game, you know, prisoner of the moment fan. But he lost all credibility when he says favorite players in the league is LeBron and Bronny James. Bronny James is damn near don't even play in the league, and he's your favorite player. So, you know, when you hear stuff like that, you know, you can't take people like this seriously. They dress up as a baby on the show, and, you know, I can't take people like that seriously. You know, I deal with people who deal with basketball on a real stance. Just because they played in the NBA don't mean that they're material of the NBA. That's why people don't respect them or take them serious. It's not that they don't like you. They hate you, period. Now, while he's getting jiggy with people like Saucy Santana and entertaining all that crap, we get to real basketball with real basketball takes. Now, Michael Jordan basically came out and said, LeBron, you a piece of shit, without really saying those words. But it's the truth. But he came out and basically said it's LeBron James' fault since everything's been going on. JJ Redick did.
You know, I think since we've gotten Bron back, we haven't been as organized offensively.
That's interesting.
You know, I think since we've gotten Bron back, we haven't been as organized offensively.
That's interesting. That's very interesting.
What we saw from the Lakers was, there's no other word I could come up with than passionless. That's what it looked like to me. And it looked like that to all of us. Everybody.
And too often we have guys that don't want to make that choice. And it's pretty consistent who those guys are. LeBron! And so Saturday's practice, I told the guys, it's going to be uncomfortable. The meeting is going to be uncomfortable.
The only thing was uncomfortable in that meeting was probably they changed the chairs. Like, we're going to make this uncomfortable. Yeah, that couch you love, the one that's real laid back. Nope, now you got these wooden, hard chairs to sit in while we do this meeting. Yep, no charging ports. Take them down. You can't charge your cell phones. Oh, come on, coach. Nope, and no Java. How the hell Pistons let old man bad knees Kawhi Leonard drop 55 on him? Because he's Kawhi Leonard, still one of the best players in the league. You don't watch him. Are the Pistons winning tonight and LA Cino? Hell yeah! Goddamn right we winning this game. We finna punk B-Stu finna punk LeBron James, and if LeBron get out of line, we're gonna put him right back in line. And you know, I want to see all y'all. No video games for Bronny. I want to see all y'all back here because it's gonna get even more. It's gonna get insane for this game. We going live for every bit of that game. No, because there's so much going on at one time. It's like when you have so much going on at one time, it's only going to affect certain people, and they're going to take it a certain way, where you're going to be questioning yourself and asking yourself certain questions, right? No, I don't want to see that ever happen. When you're put in a new life, let's say you're doing a new team, you're in a new life, new environment. Let's go Knicks. Yeah, they just beat the Pelicans. Let's go Knicks. They said, should Brunson be MVP of the NBA? Why would he be MVP of the NBA? I don't care who they give this award to. This is why the game is messed up. We got people that we're praising that are role players, manufactured superstars. Remember, we told you that. We told you flat out exactly what this was about and how it was going to be moved. And the Anthony Joshua car accident, you want to know the truth of that? That's on the Patreon. That wasn't some regular, that was no regular situation. That was targeted. Well, my thing is, what more you're going to get out of it? What more do you want to get out of all of this excitement that we have? No, it's way different than what you are making it out to be. Okay, let's say you're the general manager. What do you do for the Lakers? Okay, you're the general manager. The Lakers are now your team. They're your responsibility. How would you handle that? How would you handle dealing with the Los Angeles Lakers? That's a clear question. Who would you want to move that will improve the team? Like, because people like to blame Darvin Ham. This is what kills me. He's gotten way further in 2 years, even though this is the second year now. The first year they went to the Western Conference Finals. The second year, they won the in-season cup, and then he was gone. The same year. They're still paying Darvin Ham right now for coaching. That's why they have JJ Redick. Because JJ is coaching for the bare minimum. Now they just gave him an extension because he's still getting below the standard minimum for a head coach. Why? Because he has no experience of being a head coach. He was in no bargaining position, no negotiational power. Because they're already paying one head coach. Now they're paying for two. So now they're paying two for the price of one. You get it? But you blame Darvin Ham, who got you farther. And y'all were a better defensive team with Darvin Ham coaching the team than you are now. And he was playing personnel-wise the worst team probably in the history of mankind. And was like, who do you want me to put in the game? There was no Luka on the team. AD was down as much as he was in the game. Then they had no bench. He was like, who do you want to see in the game? And they was like, he got to use his bench. He got to use his bench. So he put the bench in the game and was like, okay, now who else on this Laker bench I'm going to put in that's going to make a difference? Huh? Vandy? Oh. Put Cam in the game? What? Cam Reddish? Really? But these are the people LeBron chose. Because he want ass kissers. That's it. He want people that's going to kiss his ass. Yeah, that's what they do. They were in a dogfight with the Pelicans last night. And if it wasn't for Jordan Poole selling the game, they were finna lose that game. The Pelicans was winning coast to coast. They just didn't know how to close the game. One Knick fan tracked me down. He was all on my social media. Then he came on my Patreon like, yo, I'm a Patreon member now. Where's the Knicks breakdown? We beat the Pelicans. I was like, Have I ever done a Knicks and Pelicans breakdown? You want a breakdown of the New Orleans Pelicans and Knicks game? It's insane. But I said, okay. This is what you don't understand. It's only news if you lose to the Pelicans. Then that is news. Other than that, it's just another game on the schedule. And I'm like, you almost lost to them. Don't even make sense. Oh no, we loaded up the Patreon, so it's all revving to go. But like I'm saying, they getting back to school. Oh yes, I'm sorry, I didn't put the banner up, but it should say it on the banner. That my Patreon, my Cash App is Carcino. Carcino on the Cash App. Why would you bet on the Packers in the playoffs? That just makes no sense. That team shows you what they've been doing for the past. They can't even get to a championship game. They could be at home. They could be right in their backyard. They will find a way to lose the game. And you want to bet on them. Yep. And I told Outlaw that they were going to lose to the Clippers. I told them the Pistons was going to lose to the Clippers. I told them, I said, bet the Utah Jazz and bet the over. So Outlaw, no. Outlaw can't come in here and say, well, you didn't say that. And I was like, nope. And I was like, I got money off both of those Pistons games. So I knew the Pistons was going to lose those games. But I'm definitely betting on my Pistons tonight.
Happy Tuesday, peeps. Just want to hit you with a little bit of knowledge. My clients ask me all the time.
Mm-hmm. Well, the Knicks want a lot of different things to transpire. And the Garden would be sold out. No, Derek Queen was eating their food last night. He was doing anything he wanted to with the Knicks. They could have just stayed with Zion and Derek King. Queen. Y'all messing me all up. But the Pelicans just don't know how to win yet because they're so used to losing. Oh, Deuce McBride won the game. It wasn't Butterball. It was Deuce McBride. Well, Luka Doncic and Bronny James are not kumbaya because he wouldn't pass the ball to Bronny James when they were inserting him into the game for no reason. And everybody was ignoring him, including Austin Reeves. and everyone was getting sick of it. Mm-hmm. Well, what you want to do is make sure that people are doing exactly what they say they're going to do. That's one of the main things. He said, pass the Bronny for what? Exactly. And once Luka did the interview, I told you they edited that part out. Told them, cut that part off. Don't air that. Had he aired that part at the end, because Luka doesn't understand your question. When he said the game was too fast for Bronny. That's what he was saying when he was like, he's still, he's catching up to the speed because the game is different. That's what he was trying to say. But he doesn't understand. He understands English, but it's a lot of things people say he gets out of context. And he doesn't know what he's saying is bad. Because it's not bad. He really was giving an honest critique of Bronny. Sometimes his decision making in the NBA, you got to know where you're going with the ball. You got to know I'm going here. Boom, I got to go there. I got to go there. I got to go here. This is what they do in the NBA. Your decision-making skills are too slow. He's like a deer in headlights at times. And the only time he can make a play if he sees the guy right away. Like, oh, there he is. Okay, give it to him. But when there's a crowd of people on the floor and you're at the top of the key, so it's easy to do this in transition. But when it's a half-court set and you're at the top of the key and you got guys cutting and moving and everybody's a world professional athlete, what do you do with the ball? Are you just going to go one-on-one every possession? What are you going to do? You're not that kind of player, Bronny James. You're too small on the pick and roll. You don't like physical contact. You're too small for your position as it is. You're not that great of a dribbler. You pick your dribble up every time anybody comes near you. You don't even need to send a double for you. And you're going to pick your dribble up, which makes it difficult. You rush through plays. There's so many flaws in this game. You're wondering why he's on the court in the first place. But then we remember why he's on the court in the first place. His punk ass daddy. Your punk ass daddy is the reason you're here. And he's the problem. That's why Jordan is like, yeah, I mean, I don't even know. Load management. I don't even know why that's a thing. I mean, you play the game to win. Everything about them says that. Now, I'm not worried about the Pistons tonight. Pistons going to show up tonight, and they're going to play tonight. It's going to be a nasty, ugly, low-scoring game. That's just how I see it. Now, Dylan Brooks is not supposed to come in and take LeBron James's food consistently like he's been doing. Bronny is slow. Tell me something I don't know. Bronny got his $7 million. I gotta salute that. Well, think about how much money they made. They made over $50 million off Bronny James in his first year. the Los Angeles Lakers. He had over 50 million in jersey sales his rookie year. So him getting $4 million deal don't mean a damn thing to the Lakers. They cashed in on Bronny James. So they didn't care him being on the team. Exactly. So they're going to have to understand it. And at some point, it's going to come full circle. Yes, NBC don't want him in there. They really just want him to cash LeBron out and try to do it as easily as possible. But yeah, I hope to see you guys on the Pistons Lakers live stream. But until that game kicks off, you know, you're more than welcome to go to the Patreon and check that out because it's explosive. I can't even front. It's explosive. Especially if you want to know about what happened with Anthony Joshua. So if everyone in their, infinite positions can make the right decisions, then that would be the case. Who bought them jerseys? I got K for a triple-double tonight. I don't know. That's the thing. I don't know if they actually do that with those, with what you just described. If they blow the Lakers out tonight, that would be great. I would love that. Oh, what are people missing on the Patreon? Well, that's quite easy. Jenny Storms and NBC are going to be doing a pretty good bang-up job, I think, on there. But let's take a look. Because the Puppet Slayer Sino is in the house. Oh, no, it's the late game. It's the late game. It's the late game. All aboard. It's the late game. So if you become a Patreon member, you'll be able to see what's going on. Because we're going to have it on here in case you don't get a YouTube alert when we go live for that. The details behind the Anthony Joshua car accident and the shocking reveal and what was, went on with that situation. They ran into a parked semi-truck on that deadly road. Now, Stephen A. got caught out there trying to be a politician. It realized you're in a whole different world. And this was exploited here in this video. Oh, yeah, like wrong video. And you learn dark secrets about celebrities you never knew, including Kanye West. Stuff that we don't put on YouTube because you just don't put it on YouTube. Right? Britney Spears activities and why they don't talk about it. They talk about anybody else, but this girl is in 1080p getting buck wild every day. And of course, the hottest video we got on there right now, Merlin Santana and Tupac. Yes, sir. Oh, it's much more in that video than just the Tupac situation. So that's going to hit a whole new high. Now, was LeBron James at those Diddy parties? How did that just go away? How did that vanish? All that great news on sports and entertainment just vanished. That's funny. I know, man. They hate they hate those facts, you know.
Everybody know ain't no party like a Diddy party, so
Yeah, that's what's up. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
See, dude, getting it done.
LeBron have that exchange. There are people out there that say maybe you shouldn't do that with one of the better players in the game. What were you thinking?
I don't care. He's old. You know what I mean? I was waiting for that. I was expecting him to do that game 4, game 5. He wanted to say something when I got my 4th foul. He should have been saying that earlier on. But, you know, I poke bears. I don't respect no one until they come and give me 40. I pride myself on, you know, what I do is defense and taking on any challenge that's on the board.
Yep, and you ain't gave him 40, bub. I'm just minding the game, you know. And Bronny's gonna be the next superstar. You know, just these learning years, and he's on his way right now. You know, they talk bad about my boy, but he gonna be ready. Yep. Once I retire, Bronny gonna be ready to take off. So he's just getting better. You know, and they hate on my son, but I'm telling you, he's the future of the league, and everybody knows it. All right, Brian. So your son's the future of the league. And what kind of future is that? He's averaging 0.9 in points, 1 rebound, and 0.7 assists. That's the future you imagine? Well, way I look at it, it's a team game, and he's not doing the things that right now, that's not his focus. He's just really learning the game. So about year 3 or 4, you know, he might be at Kobe Bryant level. You know, not my level, but, you know, Kobe Bryant level. So are you trying to imply that you better than Kobe Bryant? I mean, no. I mean, but people say, you know, I'm the best that ever played. You know, I don't say stuff like that, but that's how other people look at me. They'll say, LeBron James, he's best to ever do it. I ain't say that shit. I don't know anybody that would say something as stupid as that. I mean, I don't know what you mean. I mean, you know, I got the most points in it. That's a longevity stat. Hell, if I stayed in the mall longer than everybody, I'll break the record for the longest person being in the mall. It don't mean any damn thing, do it? I mean, if you scored the most points in history, I mean, not everybody can say they did that. Not everybody can say they milked the game for about 6, 7, 8 years. You've been holding teams hostage. What have you been winning? I mean, we just won the NBA championship, and the hardest thing around, the bubble. The bubble? They created that for you so you can win. Y'all was training illegally when it's supposed to have been a lockdown everywhere. And y'all got to stay in one area, didn't have to travel, didn't have to go on the road, didn't have to fly in, check in to different towns. All you had to do was play in a tournament in one place. That's called AAU, bum. Respect. I haven't called you a bum all day. Now you calling me a bum. I find that kind of disrespectful. So, can you not call me a bum? You're right. I should be professional. You fucking bum. Is that better? All right, this interview's over. All right, then let it be over then. Like your career. And by the way, yeah, Bronny sucks. Tell him go be a high school gym teacher. Now, anyway, it's your boy Carcino. I'm out. I'll see y'all later for the Pistons Lakers game. I'm out.